Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Imagine reading a book where all the words are mashed together with no stops, no pauses, and no capital letters. It would be completely impossible to understand, right? This is exactly why punctuation is called the traffic control system of the English language. It tells the reader when to stop, when to pause, and how to read a sentence correctly. In school and college board examinations, punctuation errors can silently destroy your essay and application marks. In today's 20-minute masterclass, we are going to master the 5 most critical punctuation marks: the full stop, the comma, the question mark, the apostrophe, and capitalization rules. By the end of this video, you will be able to punctuate any complex sentence perfectly without making a single mistake. So grab your notebook and a multicolored pen and let's dive into the rules. Let's start with the most basic yet most vital mark, the full stop. The full stop, also known as period. The full stop represents the longest pause in a sentence. And the full stop, this rule has two rules. The rule A, to mark the end of a complete declarative sentence. Whenever a statement or an idea is complete, we close it with a full stop. Let's have an example. Education is the most powerful weapon. Full stop. Now, the rule B, it is the full stop used in abbreviations. We also use full stops when shortening words. Like BA, BA is Bachelor of Arts. We use a full stop between B and A and after A. So it is a shortened form of Bachelor of Arts. MA, Master of Arts. EG, it is a short form of, for example, I dot E dot, I full stop, E full stop. It is a short form of that is. Like common student mistakes in exams, many students forget to place a full stop at the end of a sentence if it closes with a quotation mark. Remember, the full stop almost always goes inside the closing quotation mark in standard layouts. Now we are going to rule number 2. Now let us move on to the trickiest mark of all, the comma. The comma, if a full stop means stop completely, a comma means take a short pause. Let's break down its 3 major uses. Use 1, to separate items in a list. When you are listing 3 or more things, you must separate them with commas. Look at this sentence. I need to buy a pen, comma, a notebook, comma, a ruler and a textbook. Notice how I placed a comma after pen, notebook and ruler. The comma before the word and. The comma before the word and is called the Oxford comma. While some modern styles omit it, including it in your exams is highly recommending to avoid any confusion. Now we are going to use number 2. Okay, the use to is after introductory words or phrases. Whenever you start a sentence with a transition word, you must pause with a comma. Let's have an example. However, comma, the school was closed. However is a transition word. So we use a comma after transition word. Therefore, comma, we must study hard. In conclusion, comma, punctuation is essential. Okay. Now use 3, to join two complete thoughts with a conjunction. If you are joining two independent sentences using words like but, and, or, so, place a comma before them. For example, she wanted to go to the park, comma, but it started raining. The third mark is the question mark. This is used exclusively at the end of a direct question. Let's have a straightforward example. Where is your English grammar textbook? Okay. This sentence is where examiners love to trick students in board exams. Look at this sentence carefully as I write it down. She asked me where my textbook was. Should we put a question mark at the end of this sentence? No. This is an indirect question. It is a statement describing a question, not a direct query. Therefore, it ends with a simple full stop. Make a star in your notebook next to this rule because hundreds of students lose marks here every single year. Okay, the our fourth mark is the apostrophe. It flies high above the letters and it has two primary jobs. Job 1, showing possession. To show that something belongs to someone, we add an apostrophe and s, right? Like Ali's book, the teacher's pen. But what if the word already ends in s because it is plural, right? Like this, the word notebooks. So we write it as, notice that if the plural word already ends in s, we only add the apostrophe at the very end. We do not write students, okay? We write the students notebook. We add an apostrophe at the end of the word, at the end of the s, right? Now, job 2, contraction, shortening of words. We use the apostrophe to show where letters have been left out. Like do not becomes don't, it is becomes it's. Now the major basic point to remember: warning for application and essays. Never write yours obediently. Never write apostrophe between r and s, because the word yours is a possessive pronoun and does not take an apostrophe, right? Now we are going to the rule number 5, capitalization rules. Okay, the rule 5 is capitalization rules. Punctuation is never complete without discussing capitalization. Let's quickly note down the fundamental rules where the capital letters are mandatory or important, right? The rule A is the first letter of a sentence. Every single sentence in the English language must start with a capital letter, no exceptions, right? Rule B, proper nouns. Name of specific people, places, days of the week, months, languages must always be capitalized, no matter where they appear in a sentence, right? Rule C, the pronoun I. Whenever you write the word I referring to yourself, it must always be capitalized even if it is in the middle of a sentence. For example, Ali and I are studying together, right? Now, review is here. Now, let's bring all these rules together for our ultimate master practice. Look at this unpunctuated sentence on your screen. On Monday, Ali went to school but it was closed. Right? This looks completely unprofessional. Let us apply our rules step by step and fix it together using our bold black pointer. Right? On, we change the O in on to we change the O in on to capital O because it is the start of sentence. Right? We change Monday to capital M because it's a day of a week. Right? We change Ali to capital A because it is a proper noun, right? Before conjunction but, we take a short pause and insert a comma, right? Finally, we close our complete thought with a full stop, right? So, look at the massive difference. It is now beautifully readable and grammatically flawless. On Monday, Ali went to school but it was closed, right? Now it's time for your homework. I'm writing a unpunctual sentence on the page. Wow, what a beautiful dress Amna bought yesterday. Your task is to rewrite this sentence with the correct punctuation marks and capital letter in the comment section below. I will personally review your comments and like the correct answers. If this 20-minute masterclass helped you clear your punctuation doubts, please show your support by hitting the like button and sharing this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you are always be notified when a new English grammar lecture drops. Thank you so much for watching. Keep writing, keep practicing, and I will see you all in the next masterclass. Goodbye.